Not 2K20, nigga. This is Madden. I mean, just watch real quick. I know. Wait till Fat come back. Okay, wait till Fat come back. Just watch me play real quick. All right, come on here. Huh? My screen not all yellow. Shit up. It's yes. You tripping at the side of your neck. You ain't even in the stream yet.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Seattle Seahawks. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been if he simply 5-yard line.
Go to that YouTube channel I just now told you about where I was shooting all them greens and stuff. Go to that YouTube channel. I'm live. I'm broadcasting right now.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be design runs as well as his scrambles.
Oh, shit. I got to start running with him. I'm finna get him injured. I'm finna get my kid injured. I'm about to throw that hoe. Watch that. I'm about to launch that hoe.
Containing him is becoming a big problem.
Oh, they all on this shit.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got something about your rush range. Trying
to get too you see that? Look at that shit. Shook his shit. Shook his ass.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that.
I call it right here. I call a touchdown right here.
Partner as a quarterback, sometimes
I'm gonna get him in.
Know when the clock is going off in your head, it's
time I'm gonna run out of bounds this time.
Tuck it and get all you can.
Wilson buying time to his left. He's got the first
touchdown. Touchdown. Oh yeah. Turn me up.
Score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. 22 yards. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field.
They can't hold
on
me,
their
bro.
opening drive. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
I'm gonna run that hole. I'm gonna take my chances.
Matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No, and all he takes off with it. It's a fake.
Shit.
And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point. I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Yeah, it's live.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb.
Look at that.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Oh, shit. Oh,
he finds
shit.
an opening past the 40. And
shit.
he'll take this down to the 40-yard line.
Come on, fellas. It's not a surprise when you read.
Nah, that's Odell right there, bro. Odell ain't making it too far with them.
It's so difficult to get down in the open field.
Odell should have stayed on the motherfucker. He shouldn't have went to them. Oh, they suck. Cleveland suck. I got it on 3 minutes per quarter, cause I ain't trying to play a long time.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The loss loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. On 2nd down.
I'm over here doing it.
He is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible to something a little more advantageous.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd rounder out of Utah State with a sack.
That's straight ass.
So quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you.
They got what?
You change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. First down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 91 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike.
Russell Wilson got that arm, boy. I ain't lying to you.
All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, you know, his big defensive lineman, can he get the ball over him? But you get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people.
I dare you to play me with the Browns. If you play, if you play me with Cleveland, and I got to see how I'll do you bad, boy.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's caught by Hollister.
He always run out of bounds.
This play is not going to work. He's out of bounds, well shy of the goal line. And a try for 2, unsuccessful.
Okay, they went for the fake.
And I missed that thing too, bro.
It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it complete.
Why they coach so fat?
Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double?
Yeah, they coach fat.
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the purse.
Something ain't right.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away.
Oh, shit! Yes, sir! Look at that! Look at that shit! Oh, my God!
Inside the 30-yard line.
Look at that shit!
Picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he's secure.
Oh, and I get ball back.
He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now Wilson on the move to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And some space here.
Touchdown! Touchdown!
Score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off.
Oh, ankles all over the place. You saw me break him just now?
As a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns
I'm going for the
2
2 points.
Wilson forced out to his left, and now he's going to use his legs. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
What song can make it better?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. CD, we got a little time here before Cleveland takes their next snap on offense. Quite a ride, really, for the Browns in 2019. Freddie Kitchens really hardly knew you. Gone after one season. Remember, people had elevated the Browns, not just playoff contenders, really, but Super Bowl contenders in the preseason. At 6-10 finish brought them back to earth in a big way.
Well, let's go back to the preseason, and we did talk about those high expectations. I think that you and I both...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Rasheem Green. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. It's caught by OBJ. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Yes. 4th down, let's do it.
Loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. A pass for negative yardage.
If they give me a good kick, I'm going to try to run that all the way.
He shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver.
I really should have ran out of bounds.
So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him.
Who up in my screen?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now it's Wilson being chased out left. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Out to his left. And he's going to keep it here.
We got to get a ball up anyway.
So we reach halftime.
Got to get a ball up.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
I'm about to try to hit his ass real quick.
Here, fielded about to now hit a loose football.
Get his ass! Suck this shit!
All the way down inside the 30-yard line.
You saw that shit? Murder, you saw that shit, Murder? Bitch! Because you gotta run at him at the same time. I'm running that whole all the way. Watch this. I'm run that whole all the way.
Throwing now, Wilson.
Oh hell no, I'm not. I had
loss here as he's taken down.
Fuck! I just lost
so they come
yours.
out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down.
Wilson
shit,
hit,
fumble.
It's loose. It's out, fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Man, that shit crazy, bro.
You tell your quarterbacks, right, get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches...
Oh, it's our ball. They cheated.
After review of the play, the running on the field is reversed.
Oh, yeah, it's our ball.
Now Wilson escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to score. Seahawks touchdown.
Yes, Lord.
And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long.
What'd you say, Marta?
There goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself.
Marta, why you want me to quit, bro?
If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Even if I do quit,
There's
you ain't
Wilson
gonna...
dancing to his left. He'll run it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Could I keep on hitting?
Salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going
that
for 2
shit is sad. Nigga said that shit is sad.
Why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Could also result in a melee later, though. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, But if they expect to win this
hey,
game,
let me finish this quarter right here, though.
Now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Here's Mayfield. Oh,
he sucked. He didn't drop the damn ball.
Pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, partner, let's talk Super Bowl. We have to. Before the year, by the way, we made predictions for the Super Bowl. You got one of the teams right. You had Kansas City and New Orleans, but you had the Saints winning. I also had the Saints there, but losing to New England. And now we get a chance to rectify things. So who's going to win the big game, partner?
Well,
on my team or their team?
San Francisco wins 35-34.
I don't know who the fuck that quarterback is. I know who that running back is, though. That running back is, what's called Odell.
Have an upset. Middle linebacker Fred Warner is going to have 13 tackles and an interception return for a touchdown and be the upset MVP winner over Jimmy Garoppolo, because in the Super Bowl, if the quarterback does anything, he wins the award. But this time the defense, which got them there, is...
I fucked up. I did. I jumped in front of the nigga, bro. Hey, Odell made that whole
defense. The Browns get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half,
they only put a point on the board because I jumped in front of that nigga, bro.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball down.
They still ain't finna come back.
You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Extra point by Seibert.
Oh, that shit sad, bro.
And it's now a 28-7 ball game.
I need to learn how to kick.
Here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Breaks free again.
Oh!
Oh! 30, the 20, 10.
I just made it all the way. Look at it. I ran the whole thing just now. I caught the ball and ran the whole thing just now.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coaches.
And all he takes off with it, it's a fake.
Oh, I'm going.
He gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Partner, they're up big. They snapped the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT. Yet they fake it.
Oh, my God.
Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, they add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that takes us from second to third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield looks to throw, and that will be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Returnable for Lockett. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Rolling to his right. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check, and they're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. He's just kind of, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But
Straight A's.
There's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Mayfield to throw it. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down. So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
I'm running the rest of the time. I'm not.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Buying time to his left. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I can't get the fucking touchdown.
But it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Being chased out left, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Murder, that's the game, Murder.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Well, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to
yes, Lord, look who came out on top.
Something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just...